I just titled it Change of Command.
Hmm?
I just titled it Change of Command.
It needs to pop up here before I can share it. There it is.
You guys good up here? Okay, is it going right now?
Is anyone in?
No.
Not yet.
Do you see who's there?
Not, no one's in it right now.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it's posted. I'll add it to. Got one. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's ceremony. Throughout the ceremony, you will be given cues to stand and be seated at the appropriate times. As a reminder, during the singing of our national anthem, military members should stand at attention, and our civilian guests are invited to place their right hand over their heart. Members of the audience will not follow the command given by the commander of troops to the formation. At this time, we request all electronic devices be silenced for the duration of the ceremony, as we will begin momentarily. Moment over. Good afternoon. Today, the men and women of the United States Air Force observe a change of command in which the responsibilities for the 381st Intelligence Squadron will pass from Lieutenant Colonel Lorinda Risden to Lieutenant Colonel James Livesey. The presiding official for today's ceremony is Colonel Jill Hopkins, Commander of the National Security Agency, Alaska, and the 373rd Intelligence, Surveillance, and Reconnaissance Group. We would like to take a moment to recognize our distinguished guests in attendance today. Lieutenant Colonel Risden's mother, Phyllis, close friends Jill and Alex Godzaletsky, and Lieutenant Colonel Driscoll and her family. Lieutenant Colonel Livesey's wife, Hannah, son, Grant, daughter, Mia, son, Brooks, who's joining us remotely, his mother, Colleen, and Hannah Webb. Colonel Charles Shuck, commander of the 3rd Wing. Chief Master Sergeant Michael McNeil, Command Chief of 3rd Wing. And Mrs. Kayla Jeske. Lastly, a special welcome to all senior officers and civilians, commanders, chiefs, first sergeants, members of Team J-Bear, and friends. Thank you for being here to share this special occasion with Lieutenant Colonel Risden and her family. Please stand for the presentation of the colors, singing of the national anthem, and the invocation.
Halt! Attention. Up! Right shoulder. Arms. Colors, buddy. Up. Forward. March. Colors. Up. Set. Arms.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Right shoulder. Arms. Halt. Halt turn. Arch.
A distinctive feature of military ceremonies is the formal presentation of command to the reviewing officer. Today's formation represents the men and women that will serve under Lieutenant Colonel Risden. And here is Sergeant Preston with the invocation.
Let us pray. Almighty God, I pray this afternoon as we pass the colors in this historic ceremony, I especially ask your blessing upon the two commanders, one outgoing and one incoming. We thank you for Lieutenant Colonel Lori Risden's leadership during her tenure as commander of the 381st Intelligence Squadron, and ask for your blessings upon her for continued strong and steady leadership in her next position. And be with Lieutenant Colonel James Lizzie and his family as he assumes command of this outstanding squadron. And now upon Lieutenant Colonel James Lizzie every grace of leadership and wisdom that he will need. Watch over him through times of trial. Grant his airmen success in every good endeavor as they excel in their missions here and abroad in the service of this great nation. We ask your blessing upon all those who had a hand in setting up this amazing change of command. We ask for your blessings upon all the airmen of the 381st Intelligence Squadron. And thank you for their dedication and vigilance, doing what they do so others may live. Their selfless service does not go unnoticed. In your most holy name, we pray.
Thank you. A1C Horquera, Staff Sergeant Preston. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. And now it is my pleasure to introduce Colonel Jill Hawkins.
last frontier has immediate impact. You're in the fight every single day. And that level of operational tempo requires exceptional leadership. For the last year, I've watched Lieutenant Colonel Lori Risden provide exactly that. When you take command, the baseline expectation is simple. Execute the mission and take care of people. Lori didn't just manage the baseline, she redefined it. She looked hard at the structure of the squadron to realize there was a critical gap. Instead of working around it, she did the heavy lifting. She tore the organizational chart down to the studs and rebuilt it so that every single airman had a direct supervisor they worked with on a regular basis. Not something easy to do in 24/7 ops. Now that's unglamorous, and it's behind the scenes administrative work. But it's the exact kind of work that changes an airman's life daily. She also understood that readiness is not just a buzzword or a slide deck. She forced the issue, advocating to embed medical and fitness teams directly into the unit's footprint. And the result was a 98.5 PT% pass rate. But, the numbers really aren't the point. The point is that she built a team that is genuinely resilient, healthy, and physically ready for the fight. Because she took care of that foundation, her airmen delivered on the mission in a massive way. Over 10,000 intelligence reports, thousands of citations in the President's daily brief. That's tactical action driving national policy. When the historic presidential summit came to JBER last year, Lori was the calm in the center of the storm. She took charge of the Emergency Operations Center and seamlessly integrated our unique capabilities with the Secret Service and base leadership. So she was my representative for the base. She didn't just support the summit, she helped drive its success. She didn't stop at steady state operations. She leaned forward. She grew her tactics team, tripling its capacity to push critical updates out to the warfighter. She pushed her airmen into Red Flag Alaska and supported real-world operations like Epic Fury. She drove inspection metrics to a 2-year high and built this wing's only Arctic-ready force from the ground up. So it really was no surprise that she was named Squadron of the Year for 2024. My boss, the 70th ISRW commander, with 23 squadrons, called Lizzie, Lori, a visionary leader. And he's absolutely right. And that's exactly why I pulled her up to be my next group head. We need her drive and her vision at the group level to support our airmen across Alaska and Japan. Lori, thank you for a phenomenal command tour. You left this unit undeniably better than you found it. As Lori steps up, we're bringing in exactly the right person to take the 381st forward. Today, we welcome Lieutenant Colonel James Lipsey. To the men and women of the squadron, your new commander understands your daily grind. He started in 2004 as an enlisted linguist. He knows what it means to sit in a seat and wear the pants. He knows what it takes to wear that headset through grueling shifts, grinding through the noise to find that one piece of intelligence that actually matters. He has tactical credibility and you cannot fake that. But since commissioning, he hasn't stayed in the tactical weeds. He's tackled this enterprise from every angle. And he's coming to us from Spain, where he was a deputy division chief for ISR in Europe. He spent his recent years navigating strategic complexities of facing threats in the high-stakes environment of the European theater. He knows what the combatant commanders need, and more importantly, he knows how to translate those massive strategic requirements down to actionable tactical execution. James brings a rare and powerful mix to this role. The ground-level grit of an enlisted operator combined with the strategic vision of a seasoned field grade officer. James, my expectation for you is simple. Take the incredible foundation Lori has built and push that forward. Challenge your airmen. Take care of them. Keep this squadron at the absolute tip of the spear. And I have total confidence that you are going to give this community right now. Lori, congratulations again on a tour that you just excellently executed. James, welcome to the group. Let's get to work.
Thank you, Colonel Hopkins. Lieutenant Colonel Risden, please join Colonel Hopkins on the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the medal presentation.
Post the order.
Attention to orders. Lieutenant Colonel Lorinda M. Risden distinguished herself in the performance of an outstanding service as Commander, 381st Intelligence Squadron, Joint Base Elmendorf, Richardson, Alaska. During this period, Colonel Risden commanded 189 airmen, executing round-the-clock operations, producing over 10,000 intelligence reports with over 3,000 citations in the President's daily brief, delivering timely data to drive United States international policy. During a historic presidential summit with Russia, she served as site lead for the Emergency Operations Center, expertly coordinating vital support for the Secret Service, State Department, local security teams, and Air Base Wing leadership. Additionally, Colonel Risden reorganized her unit to match flights to operational teams, aligning all airmen with supervisors for the first time in over 2 years. She embedded medical and fitness assets to establish monthly unit readiness days, achieving a 98.5% physical training pass rate that mitigated critical operational risk. Finally, she grew the tactics team, tripling capacity and delivering crucial updates to Alaska warfighters, securing the 2024 Group Unit of the Year. The singularly distinctive accomplishments of Lieutenant Colonel Risden reflect great credit upon herself and the United States Air Force. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Lieutenant Colonel Risden, Commander, 381st Intelligence Squadron, will now make her remarks.
I am in fact too short, so I didn't get most of it. Squadron, at ease. It's not gonna be that long, so don't worry. 2 years ago, I stood here wondering whether I was ready for command. Today, I leave knowing one thing with absolute certainty. Leadership was never about me. It was always about the airmen. And taking care of airmen takes time. Honestly, this speech today could just be a long list of everybody who helped make these last 2 years possible. Because after 2 years of command, I'm here to tell you that it does not happen alone. But I'm going to try to only hit the highlights. First, to Lieutenant Little and her team putting this ceremony together. I know it takes a whole village to make these events happen. Sergeant Owens for your narration, Sergeant McCarron for singing the national anthem, and Sergeant Preston for the invocation. With God, all things are possible, and I thank God for this opportunity these last 2 years. It's also really great to see some friendly faces in the crowd today. Some lifelong friends are able to make the travel, and a lot more who are dialed in, because leadership is truly a team sport. Jill and Alex and Carrie, who've all traveled from Maryland. The Driscolls, Shauna, Drew, Caleb, Jacob, Ella, and Theo, and the Bean family, Phil, Ashley, and Max, my adopted Air Force families. I'm so grateful for you guys. Even you, Max. Colonel Hopkins, ma'am, thank you for the kind words today and your trust and confidence in letting me lead the 381st these last 2 years. And yes, 2 years absolutely fly by, especially when you break your leg less than a month into it. Honestly, that should have just been a signal for how well the ride was going to be. Because yes, it was absolutely a roller coaster. Team, thank you for keeping it only moderately crazy, and more than anything else, keeping it entertaining. Squadron command was always my most long-term goal in the Air Force, because it is truly the greatest opportunity and challenge that the Air Force can give a leader. And these last 2 years have been the hardest, but most humbling and fulfilling experience that I've had. In a building full of mission-focused operational experts, my goal as the commander was to be the person focused on growing and mentoring the humans executing those missions. In the words of the great Ted Lasso, for me, success is not about the wins and losses. It's about helping those young fellas be the best versions of themselves on and off the field. Mastodons, from the moment I stepped into command, it was not about me. It was about the team. And I can confidently say that I have learned something from each and every one of you. What, you might say, did I learn? And that's that taking care of airmen does truly take time. And I'm not talking about the long hours, though there were some long hours. which is epic, and you guys are absolute experts at that job. What you guys did, not really me, led to the narrative and all the great things that Colonel Hopkins just talked about in that declaration. Your accomplishments, your time, your effort. I just happened to be in the right place at the right time, leading the right people. Taking care of airmen takes a different kind of time. It takes time to build yourself as a leader and build your own leadership style. I've had the privilege of having some great mentors, General Rice, General O'Brien, Colonel Fletcher, General Kemper, to name only a few. They set the standard for me as advocates for their teams and exemplified what getting to know your people truly looks like. So find your mentor, find your example, and get better every day. Taking care of airmen takes time for each other. Be curious, not judgmental, because every mastodon matters, which is why we prioritized coming together as a squadron at least once a month to celebrate each other, learn new skills, and even have fun. Take time to know your people, because once you know them, you get to watch them grow as airmen, NCOs, leaders, and humans. Build resiliency and trust in one another. I hope that you guys can look to the airmen on your left and right and see a wingman you can count on. But I also know that you already do, because I've seen firsthand how you guys take care of each other, whether it's late night phone calls to check in or celebrating each other's successes. You guys set that standard. Take time to have fun and don't forget to live, especially in Alaska, because it's pretty amazing that we live in Alaska. And it is, in fact, okay to have fun at work and to build morale with your teammates outside of work. Take time to meet and mentor. These last 2 years, I got to focus solely on growing the future of our Air Force, because that's my #1 goal as a squadron leader: grow more leaders. Leaders prepared to fight our nation's wars and do whatever impossible tasks that may be asked of us in combat. Leaders ready to adapt to any environment, take charge, and win. It is the people in this unit that make it such a great place to work and lead. Our airmen, you, are what make our Air Force the best and most lethal Air Force in the world. And lastly, take time to improve and always be a goldfish. Don't dwell on what you did or didn't do, or what you did wrong. Remember that we are all learning. Ask for and take action on that feedback, because our airmen deserve the best. I had a lot of goals and plans when I got in the seat, and I broke my ankle. And while I did not accomplish all of them, I know that we definitely came together as a team, and I'm very proud of everything that we were able to accomplish together. More importantly, there are so many things that I would have never thought to do without the input and feedback from the airmen on this team. Thank you for your continued trust and your grace as we learned together. Missions always matter, but missions are accomplished by people, and people are always moving. Finally, I want to close out today with a couple very specific thank yous. Honestly, I wish I could just list every single person here, because you've all made such a big impact on me, but I'm going to try to keep it short and not cry too much. So first and most important, to my mom, who is very much a gem, and she's here today, which is awesome. I want you to know that multiple people argued about who's going to get to sit next to you. I had one breakup fights. So I got you these flowers. You had an assigned seat, so that wasn't what happened. I got you these flowers. I know that you love roses, but I also sent Shauna on a side quest to add in some Alaskan wildflowers to that one as well. Ditch flowers are apparently the best. Thank you so much, Mom, for supporting my dreams as a lost little high schooler who just wanted to go to the Naval Academy and become the next Jack Ryan. Well, I definitely upgraded that journey along the way. You never hesitated to help me, and just to highlight how awesome you are, you flew 3,000 miles on no notice when I broke my ankle, and have been my constant support these last years. That's just one example of the commitment that you have made to make me better. We've been through a lot. I'm still sorry that I get angry. I'm a work in progress. But you have never doubted me. Okay, I do have a couple more. I'm sorry, not sorry. Specifically to my 5 airmen who had the distinct challenge to serve as my executive assistant so much from each and every one of you. Specifically, Major Taylor McCall, who is not here today, but hopefully is dialed in. You were so much more than a flight commander and subordinate, you were a mentor. I'm grateful that I learned so much from getting to be your leader. Your confidence and trust in me, sometimes when I didn't have it, was irreplaceable. Specifically to my triads. These are the people that you probably spend the most time with as a commander. Chief Ashley Bean, Senior Master Sergeant Tyler George, Master Sergeant Karen Darrow, and Master Sergeant Tyler Riley. They were roommates, confidants, de-escalators of violence, sometimes the instigators of violence. Every one of you is a rock star. Your steady, trusted, enlisted perspective made leading this team easy. Tyler George, your calm logic kept me focused, so much more than you know. Tyler Riley, I'm convinced that you know every single person on this base. And because of that, you are able to take care of our airmen so well. Thank you for that. Ashley Bean, big sister, thank you for putting up with year 2 me. The less patient, pretty tired version, and still committing to making me and our team better. And lastly, Cameron Darrow, who better be dialed in from across the world. I just want to start by saying thank you for being my command ride or die. Your tireless hard work for 18 months paid off. You made me into a decently mediocre commander who didn't get fired and didn't end up on the Airman NCO page, though there is still today. Because sometimes it is so simple that it's complicated, but I truly hope that everyone here gets to work with someone who is not only your coworker, but your biggest advocate, mentor, and hype man, that you find your Scotty Pippen. Cam, thank you for being that for me. And for taking me to the ER twice. Most importantly to all of you guys, thank you for your hard work. Because of you, our airmen got the very best version of me. And finally, most importantly, to every airman in 381st, honestly, you guys rock. I could not have asked for a better group to lead. Thank you for your feedback, your trust, and your hard work. I'm gonna miss you guys, because we have been through a lot together. While you guys always gave me the benefit of the doubt as I sped, or didn't speed around on my scooter, and you let me try out my new ideas. And here, like every assignment, there were a lot of change in these last 2 years. Big Air Force-wide changes and local changes. And through it all, I never doubted your ability to maintain the professionalism and expertise to keep executing our mission. Thank you for being model women and keep taking time to take care of each other. Okay, James, the 381st is an amazing team of airmen, and they're so hungry for more. I'm glad that I'm leaving them in your hands. You are going to take the best care of them, and they're really blessed to have you as their next commander. Team, it's not goodbye, it's see you around. Because the Air Force is small, and literally so is our building. I'm glad that I'm not going to be going too far, and I'm just moving upstairs to your staff. Because I have seen a lot over the last 18 years. Missions change, and buildings change. Commanders change, but great airmen never do. Commanders are temporary, Wu-Tang is forever. Thank you.
Thank you, Colonel Risden. She will now receive her final salute from the men and women of the 381st Intelligence Squadron.
Squadron 10 touch. Down the range.
Round the cage!
Present arms. Ma'am, it has been an honor to serve under your command. Order arms.
Colonel Hopkins and Lieutenant Colonel Livesey, please join Lieutenant Colonel Risden center stage. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as Colonel Hopkins conducts the change of command.
Publish the order.
Attention to orders. Under the provisions of the Department of the Air Force Instruction 51509 and Special Order Number G26051, Lieutenant Colonel Lorinda Risden relinquishes command of the 381st Intelligence Squadron to Lieutenant Colonel James Livesey, effective 10 July 2026.
Ma'am, I assume command.
Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct pleasure to introduce to you for the very first time Lieutenant Colonel James Livesey, Commander, 381st Intelligence Squadron.
Commander of troops, put the formation at ease.
Squadron, at ease.
All right, I'm going to keep my remarks brief. The squadron has the next 2 years to listen to me talk, so I will not go on and on. However, I do want to take this opportunity to express my gratitude. First of all, thank you, Colonel Hopkins, for your trust and confidence in selecting me to lead the 381st. I'm deeply honored by the opportunity and grateful for your support. I also want to thank Lieutenant Colonel Risden for the dedication, sacrifice, and tireless leadership that she has given the squadron over the past 2 years. In the few days that I have been here, I have already seen the tremendous affection, respect, and admiration that the members of the 381st have for you. The professionalism, pride, and commitment of the squadron are a testament to your leadership. Thank you for leading the squadron stronger than you found it. I also want to thank my family for the love, support, and sacrifice they've made throughout this journey. Mom, you were there more than 20 years ago for my basic training graduation, and I'm so honored that you could be here for this opportunity as I take command. Thank you for always loving me and always being in my corner. Grant, Brooks, and Mia, you didn't choose to grow up in a military family that has to move every few years and has a dad that's away. Your sacrifices have been many, and your friends and family will probably never fully understand them. Thank you for your resilience, your love, and for always reminding me not to take life too seriously. Most important, Hannah, you are the rock of our family. You quietly carry burdens that few people ever see, and you make our lives work no matter what assignment or challenges may come. I would not be standing here today without your unwavering love and your never-ending patience, and more importantly, I would not want to be standing here without you. I am very grateful that we get to begin this Alaskan adventure together. Please accept these very small tokens of my affection and thanks for all the support you've given. Finally, I want to thank the men and women of the 381st. From the moment my family and I arrived, you've made us feel welcome, and the team has shown exceptional professionalism and attention to detail in putting together a ceremony. Thank you for everyone that has contributed to that. I know it's been a big team. Thank you all for raising your right hand and volunteering to serve your country. Whether you made that commitment 2 years ago or 20 years ago, you made that commitment during a time of persistent conflict, strategic competition, and significant change across the Air Force. Ours is a unique profession. Much of what you accomplished will never be publicly acknowledged or recognized. Many of your successes cannot be celebrated, and many of your contributions will remain only to those within the building and those who you support. Our country needs your talent. Our Air Force needs your professionalism. And the missions you are tasked with every day have a direct impact on our national defense. It is truly the greatest honor of my career to join this remarkable team. I am humbled by the opportunity to serve as your commander, and I look forward to serving alongside you the next 2 years as we continue to accomplish this mission together. Thank you.
Thank you, Colonel Livesey. Lieutenant Colonel Livesey will now receive his first salute from the men and women of the 381st Intelligence Squadron.
Squadron, take touch.
General Range!
Present, arms. Sir.
please stand for the Air Force song and the departure of the official parade.
Off we go into the wide blue yonder, flying high into the sun. Here they come, soon to meet our thunder. Adam now, give him the gun, give him the gun. Down we dive, starting our flames from under. Off with one hell of a roar. We live in fame, go down in flames. Hey! Let us stop the U.S. Air Force.
This concludes today's ceremony. Lieutenant Colonel Livesey invites you to attend the reception across the hall in the Billy Mitchell Lounge. Thank you for attending, and we wish you a pleasant day.